The Honor Magic VS is one of the thinnest foldable smartphones that will be coming to international markets in early 2023. And I got to go to the Honor launch event here in China to check out all the latest tech and steal the Magic VS for a few hours. It uses a similar design to the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 with a 6.5-inch cover display and a 7.9-inch internal folding display. Pricing in China starts from around $1,000 for the base model, but if you want the stylus, you'll have to fork out for the top spec model, which is way over $1,400. And when it goes on sale in overseas markets, expect that price to go up. So this year, Honor says the hinge on the VS contains just 4 moving parts compared to the 96 moving parts on the previous Honor Magic V, which is very impressive. And there is pretty much no gap when the phone is folded. It can also withstand 400,000 folds, which is double the amount compared to last year's model. We also have lots of colors to choose from. There is the vegan leather orange and silver, which not only feels very nice, but also saves you from any fingerprint atrocities. We've got this shiny blue color, which has got some sparkles thrown in if you're in desperate need of attention. The flagship color has a pearl white finish with a wavy groove texture that is supposed to look classy. And finally, the good old piano black, shiny but subtle, and an absolute fingerprint geezer. Now, Honor says the screen has an invisible crease, and unfortunately that's just not really true. It's not super evident, but it is there, and you can also feel it when swiping. But I will admit, viewing it from a straight on angle, the crease does seem to become invisible. The VS also weighs a little less than the Samsung Z Fold 4, and when folded is also thinner at 12.9mm deep. But even so, you will notice that this is still a bit of a chunk in the hands, and the folded display using a 21:9 aspect ratio does make it feel a smudge more awkward to use compared to Oppo's Find X. But honestly, using it in its closed position is really going to be for quick tasks like messaging and checking notifications, which still feels smooth thanks to a 90Hz display. But 80% of the time you're going to have this unfolded, and sacrificing the convenience of a smaller folded display makes the larger inside display look so good. The square design features a 120Hz OLED panel that can hit up to 1200 nits, and reading articles and surfing the net outdoors was an absolute pleasure. And unfolded, the VS feels like a super thin and light miniature tablet that I didn't really want to give back to Honor. Consuming content looks fantastic on this display, with deep, rich and contrasty colors with just the right amount of pop. Now on the top base model you get the stylus, but unfortunately it does not snap or insert anywhere into the VS's body. Instead you have to charge it via USB-C. But in my brief time using it, it felt responsive and comfortable to hold. Inside is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 Plus, along with up to 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. Unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to test any games or download any apps, but this should be more than enough for gamers and power users. The cameras feature your standard triple camera setup consisting of a 54MP main sensor, a 50MP ultra-wide, and an 8MP 3x optical zoom, all encased in this elegantly designed camera module. We also have 4K video recording up to 60fps, and the front-facing camera is 16MP and can also shoot up to 4K, but not with beautification mode on, in case any of you were wondering. Powering the VS is a 5000mAh battery, which is a marginal improvement on last year's 4750mAh cell on the Magic V, and the charging is 66 watts, which will take you from 0 to 100% in 46 minutes. Inside the box, you also get some nice goodies. Along with the stylus, power charger, and USB-C cable, we have a nice snap-on kickstand case that has a gorgeous finish and is incredibly convenient. I'll be doing a full review of the Honor Magic VS early next year, so stick around and subscribe to the channel for that, and click on the pop-up box on the left if you want to watch my review of the newly released Realme 10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.